Hi everyone, so today I am going to show you how I apply my foundation and everything after my eyeshadow has already been applied. First I'm going to start with some moisturizer and just make sure I really work that into my skin. Working into my T-zone where I normally am dry, and especially around my nose I get really dry, so just making sure I'm rubbing that all in. Then I'm going to go in with my Physicians Formula Healthy Foundation. It comes with this cool little applicator. So I just go ahead, I put that all over my face, and then I'm going to go in with my Beauty Blender and blend it all out. And then with my Beauty Blender, just make sure you're tapping it into the skin. You're not really pulling it on the skin because you just don't want to drag it all over your face. You want to make sure it gets into your skin and into your pores. So I'm just going to continue to tap it into my skin, get it into any fine lines I have, make sure I'm getting into those creases, and just really working that foundation in. I like to go in with my foundation after I do a colorful eyeshadow. Just it helps me cover any fallout that might have happened. And then it also gives me the chance to kind of clean up my eyeshadow after I've already applied it. I did like a really simple rustic look for my eyeshadow. So with that color, I just wanted to make sure I did it first so there is no fallout going into any of my concealer or foundation. And then here, I'm just going to go in with the IT Cosmetics Concealer. You don't really need a lot because it goes a long way. I think when I was rubbing it into my fingers, I kind of rubbed it too much. Typically, I rub it together with my fingers just to warm it up a little bit. It's easier to work that way. It's really thick, so warming it up just helps you work with it a little bit better. But I'm probably going to go in with my Beauty Blender and just work that under my eyes. Again, doing the tapping motion. I'm not going to drag it under my eyes. And I'm probably going to go in with just a little bit more because I do see some spots that just didn't take. So I'm going to go in with that IT Cosmetics Concealer again, two-handed this time, and just go in and get any spots that I missed before. Clean up that eyeshadow around the corner of my eye. And just work it into the inner corners where I had a little bit of eyeshadow fall out there. Then taking my Beauty Blender and making sure that it is nice and smooth under my eye. Then you go ahead and clean up that eyeshadow with the pointy part of your Beauty Blender or your Real Techniques blender. That's what I use, is Real Techniques. And then I'm going to go in with a little bit of a lighter concealer, just because I did kind of like a red eye. I want to do kind of like that vampy light kind of look under my eyes. So I'm going in with the Naked Concealer in a light color, and I'm just going to highlight a little bit more under my eyes just to brighten up that area. Again, going in with that dirty ass Beauty Blender, I am going to make sure it is blended under my eye. I'm going to take some of that concealer, work it up my nose, and then I'm also going to put a little bit in the center of my forehead. And just making sure I'm making that highlight even throughout my face. And as you can see, it just put a little bit of lightness under my eyes. once you think you have it all settled in, I'm gonna go in with the Airspun setting powder, and I'm gonna take my beauty blender and dip it in that powder, and I'm gonna bake underneath my eyes. Make sure I'm pressing that powder into my creases and I am not dragging it. Then I'm gonna work some of that setting powder onto my nose as well. A little bit on my chin, under my nose, where I get a lot of redness, and then in the center of my forehead. Don't mind my face as I make into the camera. All right, now it is time for some bronzing and contouring. I am using this tapered brush from Sephora. It's just a nice tapered brush. It doesn't come to a complete point, but it's kind of has a rounded point. And I just go ahead and work that into my cheekbone. I go into it at an angle just to create that effect since my face is a little bit longer. And I just go in on both sides and I kind of just create the look that I want with the bronzer. And once I have the color in there, I'm gonna go in with a different brush and blend everything out. Get some of that bronzer on the forehead too. A little bit under the jawbone just to slim up the face a little bit. And then I'm going to take an e.l.f. blush brush. I'm just gonna blend that bronzer contour out. Make sure if there's any harshness that it is all blended. And same thing on my forehead. Now this is my first tutorial that I've done. I'm not too sure if I'm going to move forward with doing voiceovers or if I am going to try to record and do a talk through. Once I'm finished with this one, I'll kind of see what I like a little bit better. And then once I get everyone's feedback, hopefully you guys will let me know what you prefer. And here I am just taking that baking powder and putting it under my contour just to kind of clean up those lines underneath. Feeling that. And then I have this blush from Bang Beauty that I got in one of my Ipsy boxes, I believe. It's just a really pretty rose color. Figured it would kind of match a little bit with my eye color. I'm just gonna go in right on the apples of my cheek and blend it back towards that contour. And just give it that airbrushed look. Like I said, this is my first tutorial and my beauty room is not set up yet, so everything is kind of all over the place, as you can tell. And once you have that bake set on a little bit, just go in and brush it off. I'm just using that same e.l.f. blush brush that I used to kind of blend out my contour. And I'm just gonna work that around my face, making sure there's no harsh lines and just to make sure everything is blended. All right. And then next, we are gonna go in with the fan brush from Real Techniques. And I believe this is an Ofra highlighter. I got it in one of my Ipsy boxes from a long time ago. And it's just kind of been my ride or die highlighter. I'll have to see what the color is called. and I could link it below or list it below. But I'm just gonna go in. I'm kind of using the natural light to see exactly where I want my highlighter and just slowly applying it. I don't typically go crazy with highlighter just because, I mean, it looks good in cameras and in pictures, but in person, it's a little blinding sometimes, and I like to look more on the natural side. I say natural as I'm applying layers of makeup on my face, but my application is technically a little bit more natural than others. But I'm just dusting that highlighter on my cheekbones, putting a little bit on the bridge of my nose and on my Cupid's bow. It's typically where I highlight, and then I'm gonna take that dirty flat brush. I'm gonna take that highlighter and put it under my brow bone just to highlight a little bit more. As you can see, it kind of just makes it pop. Then I'm going to take this kind of flat definer brush. It's from this site called MissA.com. They have a bunch of brushes that are only like $1 each. So I ordered a bunch of brushes from them. I saw a review from Laura Lee, and she reviewed a bunch of their products, including the brushes, and she really loved the brushes, so I decided to give them a try. And they are freaking amazing, and for the price of $1, you can't really beat that. But these brushes, yeah, I mean, they just work wonderfully. They have different styles. They have, you know, some of the faux hair with the white tips, and then they have some just regular eyeshadow brushes. Just check out the website. I will list it below. It's called MissA.com. I haven't tried any of the makeup yet. If you want to see me do a little review on the makeup, I can definitely order some stuff and do a review on those products. But the brushes, I know for sure, are a definite yes. But I just went ahead, I contoured my nose a little bit with that flat definer brush. And now I am going back under my eyes. I use this rustic red color from one of the Makeup Revolution eyeshadow palettes. And I'm just going in under my eyes and blending that color out. I really like eyeshadow under the eyes. It just gives you kind of that doughy-eyed look. You see Kim Kardashian do it a lot. But I'm just gonna go ahead and blend that color out. That's something you definitely want to wait to do after you do your concealer and bake and everything. That's typically one of the last steps with my eyes that I do other than mascara or lashes. Once you get all of that blended out, I'm gonna go back in with that Ofra highlighter in that flat brush that I use for my brow bones, and I'm just gonna go in my inner corner and apply some of that highlighter. Just brighten up my inner corners a little bit. You guys want to know a really funny inside joke? I wasn't listening to any music at all. Yeah, no music. I just dance to life. When my makeup starts to look good, I like to do a little shimmy dance. You'll see that a lot, I'm sure. And then I am gonna go in with Soft Spoken from NYX. I think it's from their lingerie lip liner collection. I'm just gonna go in and line my lips with it. It's my go-to lip color. But once I go ahead and line my color, I'm gonna go back in with kind of just like a clear shimmery gloss and do just a very simple lip look. And I'm gonna rub my lips together just to blend that out because I don't like a harsh lip liner. Kind of rub them lips together, girl. Then I'm gonna go in with this Milani. It's kind of like a lip plumper. I will list it down below. but I'm just going to go over on top just to give it a little bit of sheen. And then to top it all off, I'm going to apply some mascara. You could use any of your mascara that you like. This look would be really pretty with eyelashes. I don't typically do eyelashes unless I'm going to be out. And since I just did this short little video for fun, I'm just going to go ahead and apply a little bit of mascara. And don't forget your bottom lashes for your mascara to complete your look. And then to top it all off, I'm going to go in with this NYX Matte Finish Setting Spray and spray my face to make sure it is set, even though I am not going anywhere, and I will probably take it off immediately after this. But that is my finished look. If you like it, please leave a comment below, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, whatever it is everyone asks for. You go ahead and do it on my channel too. Thanks for watching. Bye.